Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to CivilsTap. So, guys, I welcome all of you to this session of UPSC CSAT preparation for Prelims 2020. And, guys, yes, we are back in the office after a very long time. So, feeling good. I'm good, Karthik. How are you? Hello, everyone. Hello, Lakshmi. Hello, Anjali. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Priya. So, I hope the preparations are going well. So, we are back again with new passages, new comprehensions for UPSC, and today we are going to cover some comprehensions from the year 2012. So, in the year 2012, 8 years back, they used to throw different, very different type of comprehensions at you. Either they used to be level 4 or they used to be level 2 or 1. So we'll practice that today. Chalo guys. So if I'm audible to you, please just type yes in the chat box. एक बार मुझे बता दीजिए अगर वीडियो क्लियर है, अगर ऑडियो क्लियर है तो please do let me know, guys. I'm good, Karthik. How are you? So guys, do let me know in the chat box if I'm audible to all of you. So कौन कौन आया है आज सेशन देखने के लिए एक बार बता दीजिए यार. Yes, guys. So how many of you there? Okay. Yes. Sasmita is here. All right. Good afternoon, Sasmita. I think, are you here for the first time, Sasmita? Suja, Akash, Vikramjeet Singh, Ashutosh, Karthik, Manisha, Komal, Sasmita, Akash, Priya, Ashutosh, Goldie, Roop, विक्रमजीत. सर पीएफओ में कितना अटेम्प्ट्स होते हैं? जनरल कैटेगरी कितने अटेम्प्ट्स होते हैं? व्हाट डू यू मीन में कितने अटेम्प्ट्स होते हैं? इट्स अ डिफरेंट, वो यूपीएससी की तरह नहीं होता. ठीक है, ईपीएफओ का अपना प्री पेपर होता है पहले. ठीक है, जैसे मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन होता है. ठीक है, सो अटेम्प्ट्स का आई एम नॉट श्योर कितने अटेम्प्ट्स होते हैं, इफ देयर आर एनी स्पेसिफिक अमाउंट ऑफ अटेम्प्ट्स इन ईपीएफओ, बट इट हैज़ अ डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ पेपर देन यूपीएससी. ठीक है, तो उसमें आपके 4 सब्जेक्ट्स आते हैं, रीजनिंग, क्वांट्स, इंग्लिश और आपका लेबर लॉज, और ये सारे टॉपिक आते हैं उसमें से. गो ऑनलाइन कोमल. ठीक है, आपको ऑनलाइन आपको सब मिल जाएगा. यस कोमल, तो मैं आपका आंसर ही पढ़ रहा था. गुड आफ्टरनून सोनाली. चलो गए शुरू करते हैं. तो सबसे पहले तो मुझे ये बता दीजिए कि आप में से कितने स्टूडेंट्स ने पिछले होमवर्क पैसेज का आंसर नहीं दिया. ठीक है, दैट्स टू बैड गाइस. कोई बात नहीं, आज प्रैक्टिस कराऊंगा मैं आपको. So this was the homework passage that I gave last time. चलो इसको पढ़ते हैं एंड इसको आज सॉल्व करते हैं. गुड आफ्टरनून ऋत्विक जी, डॉक्टर ऋत्विक, वेलकम टू द सेशन. अच्छा, क्लास कर चुके हो आप पहले सस्मिता? ओके, आई थॉट यू वर हियर फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम. फर्स्ट लेक्चर जैसा क्लास फुल स्क्रीन, यस वी विल डू दैट लक्ष्मी वेरी सून. फुल स्क्रीन वाला भी बहुत जल्दी करेंगे. सो कुछ अभी इक्विपमेंट वगैरह थोड़ा सेटअप सा करना था आज. तो वी आर बैक इन द ऑफिस आफ्टर गुड 2.5 months. तो सारा सब बिखरा पड़ा है, तो विल हैव टू कवर दैट अप. चलो गाइस, गुड आफ्टरनून अमनदीप. पैसेज पढ़ते हैं गाइस. लेट्स सी कि उसने क्या पूछा था हमसे. द नंबर ऑफ एम्पायरिकल स्टडीज, एम्पायरिकल मतलब बड़ी स्टडीज, अ नंबर ऑफ एम्पायरिकल स्टडीज फाइंड दैट फार्मर्स आर रिस्क एवर्स, मतलब वो रिस्क लेने से बचते हैं. ठीक है, एवर्जन. ठीक है, रिस्क नहीं लेते वो. दो ओनली मॉडरेटली इन मैनी केसेस. ठीक है, लेकिन मॉडरेटली, ज़्यादा नहीं, लेकिन वो मॉडरेटली रिस्क एवर्स होते हैं फार्मर्स ज़्यादातर. देर इज ऑल्सो एविडेंस टू शो दैट फार्मर्स रिस्क एवर्जन रिजल्ट्स इन क्रॉपिंग पैटर्न्स एंड इनपुट यूज डिजाइन टू रिड्यूस रिस्क रादर देन टू मैक्सिमाइज इनकम. तो उनके जो क्रॉपिंग पैटर्न है, जो इनपुट यूज़ है, वो रिस्क नहीं लेना चाहते, तो वो एक ही तरह की या इस तरह से मतलब प्लान करते हैं कि उसमें रिस्क कम हो और वो अपनी इनकम को मैक्सिमाइज नहीं कर पाते. Now farmers adopt a number of strategies to manage and cope with agricultural risks. Now farmers adopt a number of strategies to manage and cope with agricultural risks. ठीक है, these include practices like crop and field diversification, non-farm employment, storage of stocks, and strategic migration of family members. So ये क्या हैं? Practices like crop and field diversification, non-farm employment, storage of stocks, and strategic migration of family members. Now, there are also institutions ranging from shared tenancy to kinship, extended family, and informal credit agencies. So, one major obstacle to risk sharing by farmers is that the same type of risks can affect a large number of farmers in the region. तो एक रिस्क शेयरिंग नहीं कर पाते, वो इकट्ठा होकर काम नहीं कर पाते. Now, empirical studies show that traditional methods are not adequate. Hence, there is a need for policy interventions, especially measures that cut across geographical regions. Right? कोई बात नहीं डॉक्टर रितुक जी. Yes, not only in English, breathe knowledge. I'll be bilingual, don't worry. So it's mostly English, but yes, I have to explain a few things so that it can help everyone. So I'll be bilingual, don't worry. Okay. Now, policies may aim at tackling agricultural risk directly or indirectly. So policy may aim at tackling agricultural risk directly or indirectly. Examples of risk-specific policies. Okay, examples of risk-specific policies are crop insurance, right? Now, there are a few examples that he has mentioned: the crop insurance, price stabilization, and the development of varieties resistant to pests and diseases. So, policies which affect risk indirectly are, now directly are these, and indirectly are irrigation, subsidized credit, and access to information. Now, no single risk-specific policy is sufficient to reduce risk and is without side effects, whereas policies not specific to risk influence the general situation and affect risks only indirectly. Now, crop insurance as a policy measure to tackle agricultural risk directly deserves careful consideration in the Indian context and in many other developing countries, because the majority of farmers depend on rain-fed agriculture, and in many areas yield variability is the predominant cause of their income instability. So this was about the predominant traditional methods of farmers because they are risk averse. So he has focused on some policies which should be put in place directly or indirectly, right? So let's see the answer. 2012 का है ऋतविक, I think, बट कोई बात नहीं, किसी भी साल का हो, हमें प्रैक्टिस करना है. नहीं, ये वाला तो प्रीवियस ईयर का था, जो आगे आज मैं कराऊंगा वो 2012 के आएंगे. So guys, question was, the need for policy intervention to mitigate risks in agriculture is because. So the need for policy intervention to mitigate risks in agriculture is because farmers are extremely risk averse. Farmers do not know how to mitigate risk. The methods adopted by farmers and existing risk sharing institutions are not adequate, or majority of farmers depend on rain-fed agriculture. Yes guys, what should be the answer of question number 1? So he's asking, what is the need for policy intervention to mitigate risks in agriculture? Is because the farmers are extremely risk averse. They're extremely risk averse. Now we have learned whenever he takes the option to extreme, we eliminate that. Plus there is a contradictory statement also given in the first sentence. A number of empirical studies find that the farmers are risk averse, though only moderately. So we can eliminate option number 1. Good afternoon, Shraddha. Option number B, farmers do not know how to mitigate risks. That could be a potential option. The methods adopted by farmers and existing risk sharing institutions are not adequate, or the majority of farmers depend on rain-fed agriculture. So this was not just this is only one point, but there were many other points, so we can eliminate D as well. So what should be the answer, guys? B or C? Farmers do not know how to mitigate risks, or the methods adopted by farmers? Absolutely correct. The correct answer was option number C, which was given in the passage, that same type of risk can affect a large number. So empirical studies that traditional methods are not adequate. Now, this is the answer. Traditional methods are not adequate. There is a need for policy interventions, especially measures that cut across geographical regions. So not B. The answer is C, guys. Got it? Very good, Akash. Very good, Dr. Ritvik, Rehan. Very good, guys. Very good, Lakshmi, Akash, Roshan. So you need to be very critical while finding answers in these passages, okay? And let's go to question number 2, guys. Now, which of the following observations emerges from the above passage? One can identify a single policy that can reduce risk without any side effect. I think this is absolutely contradictory, क्योंकि उसने बोला है कि कोई एक पॉलिसी नहीं है जो साइड इफेक्ट के बिना कर सकते हैं. So that's absolutely contradictory. We can eliminate that. No single risk specific policy is sufficient to reduce agricultural risks. Okay. Policies which affect risk indirectly can eliminate it. All right. Or government's policy intervention can mitigate agricultural risk completely. Now that's also, I think, not given and supposedly not true. So what should be the answer here, guys? For second answer, no single risk specific policy is sufficient to reduce. So there should be many policies which affect directly and indirectly, or policies which affect indirectly can eliminate it. That's also, I think, not true. So very good, guys. So the correct answer is option number B. So very good, guys. Very good, Lakshmi. Very good. Which affect risk indirectly can eliminate it. अब आपको B, actually it was given in the passage. So no single risk specific policy is sufficient to reduce risk and is without side effects. Whereas this policy is not sufficient to risk influence the general situation and affect risk only indirectly. So deserves careful consideration, but that cannot eliminate it. That's not given in the passage. So yes, guys, so the answer is option number B. So it is said that crop insurance as a policy measure to tackle agricultural risk directly deserves careful consideration in the Indian context and in many other countries, because majority of farmers depend on rain-fed agriculture. This was the point. Now, no single risk policy is sufficient. That's also given. And whereas policy is not specific to risk influence the general situation and affect risk only indirectly. So it is not given that indirectly affecting. Why some passages get very difficult as we can't eliminate between third and fourth. Hashim Bek, when you read the passage, read it very carefully, because every line has some important point in it and you should be very critical about it. We have learned in the previous sessions that you need to eliminate your options. Hello Prince, good afternoon. So while reading the options, you need to be critical about every word, and while reading the passage, you need to be very observant. That's the important part here, Hashim. And slowly and gradually, you will build up your confidence. Okay. So how did we eliminate one? That this was absolutely contradictory given in the passage. Government's policy intervention can mitigate agricultural risk completely. Now he has taken it to extreme. It's nowhere given, and he said it cannot be done. So there should be consideration given on it. There should be more policies, but it can do it completely. That's not true. Now between B and C, policies which affect risk indirectly can eliminate it. That's not true. But what is given in the passage, that no single risk specific policy is sufficient to reduce agricultural risk. So whatever is given in the passage, and you have to read that and find it out. Okay. Thank you so much, Dhaval. Chalo guys, so let's go to some more passages today and let's learn. Okay, that's passage number 1, guys. Education. So let's see what do you have to find out. What do you understand by the instrumentalist view of education? And there are 2 more questions for it. According to the question, education must be respected in itself because, and education is a process in which. So I think the passage is going to be about interpretation. When you will do, what do you mean, Sridevi? Interpretation? I didn't get your question. What did you mean, Sridevi? Please rephrase your answer. In the meantime, let's read the passage, guys. Now, education without a doubt has an important function, right? Instrumental and utilitarian dimension. So education without a doubt has an important function, instrumental and utilitarian dimension. Now this is revealed when one asks questions such as, what is the purpose of education? The answers too often are to acquire qualifications for employment, upward mobility, wider, higher in terms of income opportunities, and to meet the needs for trained human power in diverse field for national development. But in its deepest sense, education is not instrumentalist. So it's not instrumentalist. It should not be taken in a very subjective manner. So education should not be used as an instrument to get a job or to earn money. That's what he says. This is to say it is not to be justified outside of itself. So this is to say it is not to be justified outside of itself because it leads to the acquisition of formal skills or of certain desired psychological social attributes. Yes. So it's needless to say that it is justified outside of itself because it leads to acquisition of formal skills. We learn formal skills from education, but certain desired social attributes as well. So your ethics and your moral attributes, so your morality, that's what you learn from education. Now it must be respected in itself. Education is thus not a commodity to be acquired or possessed then and then used, but a process of inestimable importance to individuals and society, although it can and does have enormous use value. Now education then is a process of expansion and conversion, not in the sense of conversion turning students into doctors or engineers, but the widening and turning out of the mind, the creation, the sustenance and development of self-critical awareness and independence of thought. Yes, so it is an inner process of moral intellectual development. All right. Interpretation part in CSAT. Utilitarian means which covers every aspect. Priya, utilitarian is which can be used in different spheres of life. So what he says is that education is considered as an instrument to get a job, right? In our country, that's absolutely true. But what he actually says is education is much more than that. It's not just a tool to find a job or to be qualified to get a job. It's more of intellectual knowledge to grasp and to learn more new things in life. So that's what the purpose of education is. So let's read, guys, question number 1. So I will interpret, Sridevi. So interpretation in CSAT. What do you mean interpretation? Oh, you're talking about reasoning ability, Sridevi, or critical interpretation. That will be covered in reasoning part, Sridevi. Okay. So guys, question was, what do you understand by the instrumentalist view of education? Instrumentalist. Education is functional and utilitarian. It's in its purpose. Education is meant to fulfill human needs. Purpose of education is to train the human intellect. Education is meant to achieve moral development. So yes, guys. So instrumental. We talked about it. What did he mean by instrumental? Instrumental means basically to use it as a tool. So here is, but in its deepest sense, education is not instrumentalist. So people think that education is instrumental. So instrumental basically means education is functional and utilitarian, which can be used as a tool to get a job or to get a degree. So no, what do you understand by the instrumentalist view of education? So a person who thinks about education in an instrumentalist point of view, कि जो इंसान education को एक instrumentalist point of view से देखता है. So guys, what did he mean by the passage कि लोग एजुकेशन को एक तरीका समझते हैं, एक जरिया समझते हैं नौकरी लेने का या डिग्री लेने का, जिससे वो किसी चीज़ के लिए एलिजिबल हो जाए. बट एजुकेशन, वो क्या कह रहा है, एजुकेशन वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट नहीं है जिससे आपको नौकरी मिलती है. एजुकेशन उससे बहुत आगे है. सो इंस्ट्रूमेंटलिस्ट बेसिकली मीन एजुकेशन इज मेंट टू फुलफिल ह्यूमन नीड्स. दैट्स ट्रू, बट वो इंस्ट्रूमेंटलिस्ट व्यू नहीं है उसका. इज टू ट्रेन ह्यूमन इंटेलेक्ट, दैट्स ऑल्सो ट्रू, बट वो इंस्ट्रूमेंटलिस्ट पूछ रहा है. तो इसका यहाँ पे करेक्ट आंसर क्या है गाइस? Education is functional and utilitarian in its purposes. Very good, guys. So the correct answer is option number A. The instrumentalist view is basically to use education as an instrument. So to use it as a function, and utilitarian that it has utilities. Priya, utilitarian basically utilities से होता है sense उसका. Utilitarian is you can use it as a utility. Dimension means अरे ये तो बिल्कुल हिंदी में दे दिया है, उपयोगितावाद. यस, तो उसको उपयोग करना. सो क्या कह रहा है कि विदाउट अ डाउट हैज़ एन इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन, इंस्ट्रूमेंटल एंड यूटिलिटेरियन डायमेंशन, कि उसको इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूटिलिटेरियन की तरह यूज़ किया जाता है. सो हमें उसका सही वर्जन ढूंढना था कि इंस्ट्रूमेंटलिस्ट व्यू क्या है एजुकेशन का. सो इट इज फंक्शनल एंड यूटिलिटेरियन. सो गिवन है यार, फर्स्ट लाइन में दिया हुआ है, देखो इंस्ट्रूमेंटलिस्ट क्या व्यू है उसका. दिस इज रिवील्ड व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ एजुकेशन, टू एक्वायर क्वालिफिकेशन फॉर एम्प्लॉयमेंट, higher education opportunities to meet the needs of trained human power for national development, but its deepest sense education is not instrumentalist. ये उसने बोला है. yes, instrumental का मतलब समझो guys. इंस्ट्रूमेंट क्या होता है आकाश, सबसे पहले मुझे ये बताओ. what is an instrument? कोई औजार जिसको हम यूज करते हैं कोई काम करने के लिए, समझते हो ये चीज सब. सो व्हाट इज एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट, राइट. जैसे एक औजार जिसे हम यूज करते हैं किसी यूटिलिटी के लिए, तो वो क्या कह रहा है कि एजुकेशन एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट माना जाता है, कि एक औजार माना जाता है जिसको बेसिकली यूज़ किया जा रहा है कोई काम पूरा करने के लिए. ठीक है. तो जैसे अब इंडिया में है, हम जैसे माँ बाप ग्रेजुएशन क्यों कराते हैं कि बेटा ग्रेजुएशन कर, तो ग्रेजुएशन डिग्री तो होनी चाहिए. डिग्री तो होनी चाहिए, वो कोई प्री रिक्विजिट नहीं है. ठीक है. वो डिग्री होने का मतलब क्या होना चाहिए कि आपको नॉलेज मिले उससे. लेकिन माँ बाप का या बहुत लोगों का सोचना क्या है कि डिग्री क्यों होनी चाहिए, ताकि आप आगे पेपर दे पाओ या किसी नौकरी के लिए एलिजिबल हो पाओ. समझ रहे हो. तो वो है उसका इंस्ट्रूमेंटलिस्ट व्यू. तो इंस्ट्रूमेंटलिस्ट व्यू क्या है, एजुकेशन इज फंक्शनल एंड यूटिलिटेरियन. राइट. चलो गाइस सेकंड क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं. एब्सोल्युटली. सो सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज, अकॉर्डिंग टू द पैसेज एजुकेशन मस्ट बी रिस्पेक्टेड इन इटसेल्फ because it helps to acquire qualification for employment, it helps in upward mobility and acquire social status, it is an inner process of moral and intellectual development, and all the ABC given above are correct. Yes guys. So it should be respected in itself. कहीं पे दिया भी हुआ था पैसेज में ना. Yes, it must be respected in itself. So this is not justified outside itself because it leads to acquisition of formal skills or of certain desired psychological social attributes. So education is thus not a commodity to be acquired, it is to be used to improve all that. Yes guys. So it helps to acquire qualifications for employment, इसलिए respect करना चाहिए. It helps in upward mobility and acquiring social status. It is an inner process of moral and intellectual development, or all of the above. Yes guys, what should be the answer? Now this is because it leads to acquisition of formal skills. ये दिया हुआ उसने, देखो acquisition of formal skills or of certain desired social attributes. It must be respected in itself. Education is thus not a commodity to be acquired or possessed and then used, but a process of inestimate importance to individuals and society, although it can and does have enormous use value. So it has use value and it tells you about your moral and intellectual development as well. So it should be respected in itself. No guys, correct answer is yes. Priya, not D. Correct answer is C. It is an inner process of moral and intellectual development. So what he has said, so it should not be used as a tool, it should be respected because it is a process of moral and intellectual development. Okay. So you should understand, it is given in the passage that when you read it carefully. What is he trying to say there? वो क्या कहना चाह रहा है वहाँ पे, वो समझना है आपको. Very good guys. So जिसने सी आंसर किया है, मनीषा, कार्तिक, लक्ष्मी, रोहन, आकाश, वेरी गुड. सस्मिता, वेरी गुड गाइज, वेरी गुड. डॉक्टर ऋत्विक, आपने भी सी किया. धन्या, वेरी गुड. Thank you Shridevi. Yes Rehan, very good, very good. Hanzala, very good. Anchal, very good. Ashutosh. Alright guys, let's go to question number 3. Education is a process in which students are converted into trained professionals. Opportunities for higher income are generated. Individuals develop self-critical awareness and independence of thought. Qualification for upward mobility are acquired. ये तो I think आप सभी आंसर कर दोगे. Hashim Beg, because why not A and B? That's what he said in the previous lines. If I underlined it for you. Now Hashim Beg, ध्यान से पढ़ो उसने क्या कहा है. That is to say, it is not to be justified outside of itself because it leads to the acquisition of formal skills or of certain desired social attributes. So it must be respected in itself. Education is thus not a commodity to be acquired or possessed and then used, but it is a process of inestimable importance to individuals and society, although it can and does have enormous use value. But still, it should be respected because it is inestimable. It has an inestimable importance to individuals because it provides, intellectual and moral development. That is the real goal of education. Upward mobility, he has criticized that in the passage. So what should be the answer of question number 3? I think everybody will answer that. Education is a process in which individuals develop self-critical awareness and independence of thought. I think this is given in the later part of the passage. Very good, Amandeep. Very good, Priya. Very good, Anjali, Rohan. Very good, Dr. Ritvik, Karthik Saha, Hansala. Very good, Manisha. Amazing, guys. So, क्या आना चाहिए यहाँ पे आंसर? देखो इसने दिया भी हुआ है एंड में. So education then is a process of expansion, conversion, not in the sense of converting students into doctors, engineers, but widening and turning out of the mind, the creation, sustenance and development of self-critical awareness and independence of thought. That's what he is given. So it is an inner process of moral intellectual development. Now look at this. Got it? So very good, guys. So answer should be option number C. चलो गाइज नेक्स्ट पैसेज पे चलते हैं और देखते हैं कि यहाँ पे अब सेकंड पैसेज में क्या है. व्हाट डज द एक्सप्रेशन पिचिंग द हाईएस्ट कैंप इम्प्लाई? और आई थिंक उसने 2 क्वेश्चन और दिए हैं. चलो पढ़ते हैं एक बार. वी स्टार्टेड पिचिंग द हाईएस्ट कैंप दैट हैज़ बीन एवर मेड. सो वी स्टार्टेड पिचिंग द हाईएस्ट कैंप. हम उसको पिचिंग बोलते हैं, कैंप को पिच करना. सो पिचिंग द हाईएस्ट कैंप दैट हैज़ बीन एवर मेड. Everything took 5 times as long as it would have taken in the place where there was enough air to breathe. So that means there was not enough air to breathe. They must be on the mountains or something, right? But at last we got the tent up, and when we crawled in, it was not too bad. There was only a light wind, and inside it was not too cold for us to take off our gloves. At night, most climbers take off their boots, but I prefer to keep them on. Hilary, on the other hand, took his off and laid them next to his sleeping bag. So I think this was about Mount Everest, the journey to the Mount Everest. Tenzing and Hilary, right? So I think that's the abstract they're talking about. So let's read the questions, guys. So what does the expression pitching the highest camp imply? They reached the summit of the highest mountain in the world. Those who climbed that far earlier did not pitch any camp. So far nobody climbed that high. Or they were too many climbers and needed to pitch a big camp. Yes, guys. So what does the expression pitching the highest camp imply? Yes, guys. Let me know the answer for passage number 2. What should be the option? Yes, so far nobody climbed that high. Those who climbed that far earlier did not pitch any camp. They reached the summit of the highest mountain in the world. Or there were too many climbers. That is not true. We can eliminate D. We started pitching the highest camp that has been ever made. So it was about pitching the highest mountain in the world. Do not assume, Ashutosh, Jyoti, Roshan and Anjali. Now do not assume anything that has not been provided in the passage. Right? It is not given that it was the highest mountain in the world. So you cannot assume that it should be option number A, Ashutosh. Got it? So that's not given in the passage anywhere. Those who climbed that far earlier did not pitch any camp. Or so far nobody climbed that high. So we started pitching the highest camp that has been ever made. So it should be those who climbed never made a camp. So it's not given, nobody climbed that high. It is not given in the passage. So guys, elimination. You have to eliminate. Learn how to eliminate your options. Unless you learn how to eliminate your options, you won't be able to do it. So the option is option number B. Those who climbed that far earlier did not pitch any camp. So that's why it was the highest camp that has ever been made. Alright guys, let's go to question number 2. They took a long time to finish the work because they were very tired. There was not enough air to breathe. It was very cold. It was very dark. Yes guys, what should be the answer here? I think it was given in the first sentence. They took very long. It was given, yes, everything took 5 times as long as it would have taken in the place where there was enough air to breathe. So that means क्या आना चाहिए? They were very tired, it was very cold, it was very dark, and there was not enough air to breathe. Absolutely correct. There was not enough air to breathe. Got it guys? So they took a very long time to finish the work because there was not enough air to breathe. And question number 3. Let's start with question number 3 guys. When they crawled into the tent, they took off their gloves because it was not very cold. They could not take off their gloves because it was very cold. They took off their gloves though it was cold. They did not take off their gloves though it was not very cold. I think it is also given in the passage. It was not too bad. So but at last we got the tent up, and when we crawled in, it was not too bad. There was only a light wind, and inside it was not too cold. It was not too cold for us to take off our gloves. So they took off their gloves because it was not very cold. Got it guys? Chalo. So यहाँ पे ऑप्शन क्या आ गया? They had taken off their gloves because it was not very cold. So guys, that was it for this session today. Absolutely. So guys, this is your homework passage. Guys, आज ये आपका होमवर्क पैसेज है जो आपको मुझे आंसर करना है इस वीडियो के कमेंट सेक्शन में, नॉट नाउ. ठीक है, आप सभी ने पिछले उसका आंसर किया. नाउ लुक एट दिस पैसेज. ये अभी नहीं पढ़ना आपने, और ये बाद में पढ़ना है, वीडियो को दोबारा देखना है, and then read it carefully. You can pause the video and then you can have a look at it. Okay, so guys, that's what you need to understand, that this is the homework passage and you have to do it from your home. Alright guys, so guys, that's it for today. And I do want to emphasize that that we are running a Prelims course 2020, which covers the most important current affairs coverage of this particular aspect of the paper. It has 24 full-length tests consisting 100 questions each, and the sources that we are going to take up are the Indian Express, Live Mint, The Hindu, Business Standard, Business Line, PRS and PIB. And along with that, we have also launched the most affordable crash course, wherein you will get video lectures, downloadable PDFs, full-length test, and complete 1-year current affair coverage for your preparation for year 2020. Alright guys, so if you want to avail, you can avail that. Yes Lakshmi, because time is very critical today. We are in the office and we have to work only. Yes Shridevi, we have changed the way we are running these sessions, because we are now, from today onwards, we are working from office, and things are a bit we're trying to manage everything. Okay, so that's why the sessions have been shortened down. Okay, all right, so yes, please, I apologize, I know it was a short class, but that's what we need to do, because we have to work from our office now. So we need to be working in shifts. People are coming in and waiting for the sessions, and we need the classrooms, we need the studios. So guys, I hope you understand, so please bear with us. And you can also avail individual courses if you wish, for ancient, medieval, modern history, economy, geography, Indian polity, and science and technology. So guys, if you want to contact us, you can contact us on the on the phone number 814620724. 41, or you can also email us at hello@civilstap.com. And you can visit our website if you have further inquiries, www.civilstap.com. So guys, thank you so much for being part of this session. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for solving. And guys, ये जो मैंने आपको होमवर्क पैसेज दिया है, ये सभी ने इसका आंसर करना है कमेंट सेक्शन में, नहीं तो नेक्स्ट सेशन में फिर डांट पड़ेगी आप सभी को, देख लेना, ठीक है? आप ज़्यादा लोग करते नहीं हैं, पढ़ लेते हैं और उसको बस देख के छोड़ देते हैं, ठीक है? So do answer your questions in the comment section of the video, and do let me know what should be the answer of those 2 questions, okay? And we'll discuss those questions in the next session. So guys, thank you so much for being here. और अगर आपको क्लास अच्छा लगा तो प्लीज़ डू लेट मी नो, कमेंट्स में लिख दीजिएगा, ठीक है? मुझे बता दीजिएगा कि अगर कोई चेंजेस लेके आना है तो डू लेट अस नो अबाउट दैट एज वेल. Thank you so much Akash, thank you so much Jatin, thank you so much Sasmita, Priya, Roshan, thank you Rohan. Yes, so thank you Dhanya, thank you Ashutosh, thank you so much Ashutosh for the kind words. Hashim Beg, I'll come next week, so I'll be back with the session next week hopefully. Thank you Hashim, thank you so much for the kind words Hashim. I try to just help my students, okay? So guys, that's it for today. Please stay safe, please stay healthy, please keep on preparing, and keep on spreading the good, okay? The goodness in you, keep on spreading that. So share everything that you know about, whatever you know, to others. So sharing is caring. All right guys, so that's the moral for today, moral of every day. Thank you so much Karthik, thank you so much Priya. So you are great guys, you are always there, and yes, I'll support you with every step of this preparation guys. So thank you so much, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy learning to all of you guys.